do you ever find that you're comparing yourself to others and then putting yourself down as a consequence? Because if so, that's a sign that it's time to work on a little self-love. And this is Krishanti with Krishanti.com. I'm so happy to see you here. And self-love is something a lot of us need to work on, and it ebbs and flows. Like sometimes we'll be really good with the self-love, and then we'll get a setback, and then we'll be good again, so it's like this ongoing process. But one of the biggest things that can deter our own embodiment of self-love is comparing ourselves to others, and then in our own minds feeling like they're doing better than we are, they're mastering life more than we are, they've got more than we have, therefore they're better than us and we suck. And I'm generalizing here, but that's sort of like the general thing that happens. And in this age where everybody's on social media and they're putting pictures out and videos of like their best life, it's really easy to fall into the trap of thinking, wow, they're so happy. How come she's so happy and I'm not? Or how come they look so great and I don't? Or why do they have all this and I don't? And that kind of behavior is just negative for the self. Now, it's natural to want to see what other people are doing, of course, and it's good sometimes to measure ourselves against others, especially if we just want to make sure that we're on track, But where it becomes detrimental is that aspect of where you see what they're doing, but then you berate yourself as a result and you bring yourself down. And it can happen in little ways. It doesn't always have to be like over the top. It can be very like a small little thing, but these little things, these little feelings do tend to add up. And I'd love to know if you ever do this. I know I do. I don't want to, but sometimes it's hard not to. But do you ever do it? If so, and do you feel brave enough to put it in the comments? It's kind of really stinks, but it's one of those things we can't avoid just to see what other people are doing. The social media is out there for that. What I've noticed though, intuitively and with working with all these wonderful people that I've met over the years in sessions, is oftentimes what we think about the other person we're comparing ourselves to isn't always the case. And it can be really shocking. Like you'll think somebody has like the perfect life. And people do show that, which is really hard. Like they're like, look, I'm beautiful. I'm rich. I'm married. I have kids. I have a loving family. I'm successful in my business. I have everything I want. But the reality is like not always like that. Like there could be some deep dark skeleton in the closet, or like you think they're happily married and then next week they're divorced. And we see that all the time in the media, right? So things really are not what they look like. And it might be important to know that some people have a vested interest in making it look like they've got it all, when in reality they don't. And we really don't know what other people's life paths are. They may be on top now and at the bottom of the barrel in a year. You just don't know. Of course, we don't hope that, but it's good to just keep that in mind. It's a lot of what we see, even in everyday life, like take it out of social media, just regular life. A lot of us just put forth a facade because we don't really want everyone to know our internal struggles. But I can guarantee you, most people do have deep struggles that they just don't show. And so when we see all the goodness that they project, and then we we feel bad about ourselves because we're like, we obviously aren't projecting that same thing, or we know what's up with us, but we don't know what's up with them. It can just be detrimental. So with the self-love, either take a break from that. I honestly feel like taking a break is really good, and like limiting the amount of that. And then always focusing on, what do I have that's beautiful and wonderful within me? That's the focus on the self-love. Like, what are my positive attributes? Like, what do I have that others don't? I guarantee you also that you have some wonderful things by virtue just of who you are that other people will never have. So that's really critical to think about. So focus on your goodness and all the beautiful things about yourself and what you've done with your life and what you intend to do and what you will continue to do in your life. Bring the focus back to yourself and do everything you can to build yourself up. And don't think about anyone else. That will bring you back to that nice, good place of self-love. And when you feel really strong, then you can go back online and lurk or look at or scroll or whatever. And then in regular life too, just be aware that many people, even though they appear to have it all, do struggle very deeply. A lot of people do. So just think about that with the people that you know too. Like, they may have things you want, but there are certain things they've dealt with that I'm sure you do not want. And I'm sure there are things that you have in your life that they would like to experience. So again, it's an ongoing process, but it's fun when it does work and when we are in that good place. And anytime we get out of alignment, we just have to do a little work and get ourselves back into that place. Some of the work that has helped me over the years is guided meditations. So I have a treasure trove of those at krishanti.com that I've created, like channeled even, that are like energy healing meditations that are very, very soothing and healing and helpful. So check that out. And that about sums it up. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you later. Bye.